Oh my God, coverage. Is this even real? I'm done. Okay, we've got an interesting one to test today. This is a serum foundation that also delivers full coverage. Yeah, the two of those together are pretty much unheard of. Normally, a serum foundation means natural, light to medium coverage, kind of skin that still looks like skin, but a little better, like a skin tint, for lack of a better word. Yeah, this is a serum foundation that is loaded with skincare ingredients that also will cover everything, and I am that excited to test it. So this one is called the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. It is an SPF 20, comes in 42 different shades, and I cannot wait to get this on my skin. Now, I'm just having a look at the Clinique website here. So, oil-free formula, we love. Medium to full coverage, we love. Get this, you guys. It's loaded with hyaluronic acid, salicylic acid, vitamin C, and something else called UP302, which I'm not actually sure. I'll have to do some Googling about that. So those ingredients are obviously skin-loving skincare ingredients that help improve the texture and the appearance of skin over time. 24-hour wear, sweat-proof, humidity-resistant, waterproof, long wear. I'm done. Like a serum foundation that does all of that? Like how? How is that even possible? So I'm going to prime first using our matte base primer, and I'm just going to apply this to one side of my face so that we get a really good gauge of, you know, just how this product wears on my skin. If you're not familiar with this one, this is our brand new mattifying primer that we've only just launched. If you love the Velvet Finishing Powder, I reckon you'll love this one. So we formulated it with the same kind of technology. Works for every skin type, mattifies, blurs, and is loaded with skincare. And I do also love that you can already tell, like the pores and the texture on this side of my face, far less than this side. It works so well. Check out the packaging. This kind of reminds me of the Lisa Eldridge foundation packaging. It's like a little dome shape. It's got a white cap. Do you get that? Do you twist? Oh no, oh, it's a pump. Now there is also a foundation brush that Clinique market alongside this foundation. So I'm gonna test it with this brush to get a comparison, but then I'm also gonna apply it with a sponge so that we can see, you know, which way's better. I'm gonna start blending it on this side of my face. Like that is full coverage there, you guys. Wow. So this one is supposed to give the skin a satin matte finish that still looks like skin, but basically photoshopped. And as a shade match, I have number 48. All right, like I said, 42 shades in this one. Yeah. First impressions, oh my God. And this is with no primer. My skin literally looks perfect. Ooh, what? Let's do a little swapsy and we'll try with a sponge. I'm going to apply it up here because we want to compare primer, no primer, with brush and with sponge. We gotta test everything out. Ooh, it is blending beautifully with a sponge as well. Yeah, you're hard pressed for me to choose this time. I do think that with a sponge, you get fuller coverage. It's an even fuller level of coverage, which is not really all that surprising, you know, when you're comparing a brush with a sponge. My skin looks perfect. How is this a serum foundation? Oh my God. I look photoshopped, literally. Let's switch to the primed side. So pumping that out. I'm going to start with the sponge first. Oh my God. We may potentially have a new holy grail. If it stays looking this perfect on the skin, like I'm done for. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. And I think I can see pretty clearly too side by side. So obviously we've got a primer, you know, playing into the mix, and I'll just blend this up underneath my eyes so that you get a proper realistic comparison. But I do think this side definitely smoother, and with a sponge and with a primer you are going to get more full coverage than if you apply it with no primer and with the brush. It just started pouring rain outside. Can you hear that? I've got washing on the line. Oh no! Okay, here she is zoomed out. Cannot get over how perfect my skin looks. I look like I've undergone some serious photoshopping. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Feels matte. I would say very accurately it is a satin matte finish. So it feels matte on the skin. It's not sticky at all. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels quite breathable. But it does have that sort of soft, satin-esque kind of a glow to it. Like, it doesn't look flat. It doesn't look fake. It doesn't look horrendous. I just can't get over the coverage. Like, I'm staring in the mirror like, the coverage is crazy. It took hardly any product to get to this, and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a full coverage product. Let's zoom in, have a closer look. Like, what is going on here? How? This is a serum foundation? I honestly don't know what to say. I'm shook. Now, I can see definitely this side of my cheeks and sort of this side of my face does look smoother and the pores do look more minimized. But at the same time, you know, it's done a great job of smoothing the texture out. I don't feel like it's certainly, you know, settled into the pores or emphasized the pores. Both sides, the coverage is next level. It is just wild. Like, what I am looking at right here is wild. And with it being so full coverage, it should feel a lot heavier on the skin, but it does not feel heavy on my skin at all. It feels really, really lightweight. As far as first impressions go, dang, they have nailed this formula. Obviously, we are early stages of testing this. So I am going to jump off camera, put the rest of my makeup on, and then I'll come back and we'll start our wear test. Okay, so the rest of my makeup is on. I've just kept things fairly neutral, fairly natural. My skin, my skin, my skin. Literally, for starters, hardly needed any concealer. Obviously, she's full coverage, so everything was fairly well covered. Now, kind of as I expected, and because of our first initial results, even though I literally look like I have full coverage, like full on makeup on, you know, on my face, it just does not feel like that on the skin. It's not heavy, it's not suffocating, doesn't feel in any way like a full coverage product at all, honestly. Powdered down absolutely beautifully, like absolutely no complaints from me as far as that goes. You know, no product transferred off or anything. It is just looking seriously amazing. Let me zoom you in. So here's a little look at my skin up close. Like, oh, she is looking all kinds of photoshopped, you guys. Pores? Who? I don't have them. Pores, I don't know you. It is just smooth. It is just flawless. The coverage is insane. Feels light and breathable. Like, I've got, at this point, nothing bad to say about this. Absolutely nothing bad to say. It is definitely smoother on the side where I've got the primer. You would expect that. We'll see how the wear goes. At this point, I am stoked. I am seriously stoked. So we're going to be wearing this one for, it's probably going to be about 13 or 14 hours all up. So I will come back in about 6-7 hours, and then later on tonight, and like fingers crossed, if this stays looking this good, we have ourselves a very tidy new front runner. Like this stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, back with our first check-in. It's been just over 6 hours, sort of 6 hours, 20 minutes-ish vibes. Face hasn't budged. Foundation hasn't budged. It literally looks freshly applied. Like, oh, and I'm just so happy about it because I was like, if this fails, I'm going to be devo because it's such a nice formula. I just honestly don't think it even looks remotely like 6 hours has passed. It looks like I have just applied this foundation on my skin. It is smooth, it is flawless, it is poreless, no caking, no separating, no transfer. Maybe there's the tiniest little bit of settling into my, like one of my frown lines on my forehead. Actually, I will say my frown line on my forehead looks quite a bit more noticeable than it normally does. I'll zoom you in. So just up here, just on my forehead, can you see that there? But other than that, it's perfect. This foundation looks perfect on my skin. I might be starting to get the tiniest little bit of shine on this side of my nose. So this, remember, is the side where we don't have a primer. This side, not even like a skerrick of shine, honestly. Damn, how? And I'm like returning to this again, and I probably sound like the world's most broken record, but how is this a serum foundation? This is like a full coverage beat. Like when I think of serum foundations, I don't think of makeup that's gonna last me until 3 a.m. at the club. Like I really don't. I am super, super impressed. So I'm gonna continue wearing this and I will see you later on tonight. So we're at 4 p.m., 4:03 p.m. right now. Closed all my activity rings. You proud of me? Yay. I'm probably gonna come back 9:30, 10-ish. That'll be our final check-in. So it'll be a pretty long wear. Okay, guys, so we are officially 14 hours deep wearing this foundation, and I am not mad at how my skin is looking. The first thing probably that you can see and probably that's noticeable on camera is I have started to develop some shine. Obviously, I mean, I've had this foundation on like all day. Obviously, my oils are going to start coming through. I'm an oily skin type. It is winter here in Australia at the minute, so I'm certainly less oily during winter. You know, I'm not outside in hot weather as well, something to consider. But still, there's no getting away from my My oils, they follow me everywhere. You can see on the side of my nose here, it's quite shiny, shine on my forehead, on my cheek. Far less shine on the side where I have applied a primer. Again, totally expected result. Our primer is a mattifying primer, so it obviously goes a long way to, you know, preventing the shininess and everything. But I gotta say, even though that shine has come through, this foundation has held up really, really, really well. I mean, certainly after 14 hours of wear, I would expect to see a lot more caking, separating texture sort of happening. I do have the tiniest little bit happening on my chin here. It's the tiniest amount. And to be fair, I'm being quite picky. You wouldn't be able to see it, but I can see it because I'm like right up close in a mirror. There's a tiny little bit sort of just on the top of my lip here as well. I predominantly get the most caking and separating around my mouth because like, this is the area of my face that I move the most. Absolutely zero transferring. Like the product has not budged. I've been leaning on my hand. I've been editing videos. I've been doing emails. I've been scratching. I've been doing all sorts of things. Cooked dinner, ate that. I had to tie my hair up because I got sauce in my ponytail. Love that. I am truly blown away by the results of this foundation. I just did not in any way expect to get a full coverage, long wearing miracle from a product that is a serum foundation that's loaded with skincare. And despite the fact that I've been wearing this on my skin all day, and despite the fact that my oils have come through and I am looking shiny, it still does not feel like a full coverage foundation. Like it feels like there's not really anything on my skin at all. So as always, I would absolutely love to know, have you tried this formula? How did it wear on your skin? And when you are letting me know, can you please also let us know your skin type as well? Are you dry, are you normal, are you combo, or oily? It just helps other people out in the comments because a lot of people come to these videos to watch my reviews actually before purchasing foundations, and it's always good to see other people's experiences with them as well, and certainly on different skin types. I will continue wearing this. I will continue updating. I will let you know if it breaks me out because sometimes foundations do definitely, like my skin can react badly to them, and I'll usually start developing like little pimples after about 2 to 3 days of wear. So I will keep wearing this and I will update you, but as a first impression, I really, really like it. So I hope that you found today's video helpful, guys. Any more questions that you've got, pop them down below. Let me know what foundation you want to see reviewed next, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye!